Hello,
Hi.
everyone. Thank you for joining us to another podcast, Daniel Barnaby Daily Inspirational Quotes. It's a honor and pleasure to have a businessman, and that's going to talk to us a wonderful topic about sales. His name is Ben. I can say Benjamin Brown. He's the special guest tonight that's going to explain to us how you can increase your business by doing sales. Thank you for joining us to our podcast tonight, Ben. How are you?
I'm doing outstanding. And yourself?
Pretty well, Ben. Ben, I would like to let us hear a little bit about yourself, how you get to that great, difficult business. I can tell my listeners my first job was a sales to sell back, back base, back
Hmm.
brace in a call
Hmm.
center, and I was
Yeah.
fired. It was 2009. It was so tough for me. Ben, explain to us how we can be a tough seller. It's
Well, first
tough.
of all, they did you a favor when they let you go, right?
Ye- Of course, I can say.
Well, hey, I've been in management with sales.
Yeah.
And I was taught by the best, not only how to sell, but how to fire people.
Okay.
And that's a sale as well. And you start off, you do a nice thing and say, listen, it's not for everyone,
Okay.
but we're doing you a favor. So you can go on to do something else because this is not for you.
Okay.
Not going to do
That's
you any
true.
good to stay here. We're
Yes.
wasting your time. Go do something else. And the people are
Yes.
like, yeah, I think, yes. And so we do you a favor by doing that. Letting you go. People
Correct.
walk out with a
I
smile like,
agree.
man, I'm glad they let me go. And I'm like, I'm glad you're going.
That's amazing, you know. You know, sales can give you stress and increase your blood pressure, you know. Before
Well,
I let you talk, Ben, and I remember the time that you have to make sales every day. They pay you per hour, but you have to make sales. And then they get commission. When I see two of my coworkers get sales, and me the whole morning I don't do nothing. What am I doing? And people stop talking about that guy. And I say, I think I'm gonna go. I'm going. All right, then. All right, Ben.
well, the sales is an activity. So you're the
Yes.
athlete of the company. So you don't have the convenience of just showing up.
Okay.
You have to work every day, especially
Yes.
in a call center. If you work HR, if you work graphics, or you work IT, you come in and
Yes.
just do your job, no performance.
Yes.
Sales is all performance based.
Yes.
You don't have the conveniency of just walking in feeling like it's going to be okay today.
Yeah.
Every day is the cutting block, right?
Yes. 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 Yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right, Ben. Thank you for bringing this topic tonight to me, especially Ben. You're the best guy.
So my vastness started back in the mid '90s. I've been in sales
Okay.
probably about 25 years now. So
Okay.
I've done every aspect of it from being a regular call center rep all the way to
Okay.
management to
Okay.
building sales teams from
Hmm.
scratch, working with $1 million companies, building a sales system. So that's why I call it 360 sales. It covers all the aspects of it. So
Okay.
I
Okay.
enjoy now not only mentoring people mindset, because
Okay.
the first step of sales is the mindset aspect. So I learned that I have ability to teach.
All
So
right.
what I tell people, I was never the best salesperson, right? There's always another level of sales. I mean, it's
Okay.
just, and but the difference is that I can teach it. Because there's a
Okay.
lot of people that can do it but can't teach it.
Yes, I
I
understand.
can do it, which I still do today because I own a limousine company. So I'm
Okay.
selling every day still just like I regularly would in my company.
Okay.
And then also I'm able to teach it as well. And
Okay.
I get very um involved when
Okay.
I get people to understand what it is, because it's a skill
Hmm.
that you can carry the rest of your life if you know how to manage it, because you can work for any company. If you know how to sell, you can make your own living. It's its own deal. I could take somebody out of high school and teach them the right way fundamentally, put them out there on the market.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2 to 3 years, they can be making, while that person's still in college, they could be making 80, 90, $100,000, like that, because
That sounds good.
you build yourself up. And it's better than being an actor. An actor, you got to go audition.
Yes.
Salesperson, you just got to go interview.
Yes.
You could knock out more interviews than you can do acting gigs.
Yes.
So, it is one of those deals where you make your own paycheck. You can make,
Okay.
I mean, one of the things I did every year that drives you crazy in sales, people ask
Mm-hmm.
you, how much did you make this year? I made this amount. What are you going to make next year? I have no idea, because
Yes.
it's based upon whatever I can bring to the table every day.
Okay.
I'm cutting my own checks, right?
Okay.
Unless you're in insurance where you have a lot of recurring revenue,
Okay.
or deals that you did over the years, you're getting paid over and over
Mm-hmm.
again.
Mm-hmm.
Most sales position is going month to month, week to week sometime. So once the deal is over, it's on to the next deal. It just never
Okay.
stops.
Yes.
So the main thing that I teach people in sales is, the first thing is that there's rules that you must understand. Number one, I teach people is, you never assume anything.
Okay.
Never assume anything.
Yeah.
Get that mindset already in there. Number two is that 80% of sales is confidence. So
Yes.
most of the
Correct.
time when I work with people, even today I'm working with a student that I dealt with for over 3 years, and he's come back again because it's a recurring thing. His confidence has gone down, so we're trying to get the confidence back up because he's done it before,
Okay.
um, but he just got to get back into the game. And we're talking $1 million company,
Wow.
right? And it's their company. So it's not like it's $40, $50 product. We're talking employees, the whole deal, and he's the head of everything. It's
Okay.
getting the mindset back in. Sales is everything, right?
Okay.
So
Yes.
sales is everywhere. And so you got to have, first of all, the mindset to understand the rejection, to understand the perseverance, understanding the skill, understanding the steps. All of this has to go on in your head at the same
Mm-hmm.
time while you're being calm and selling and pushing your product, right?
Okay.
So I asked, one of the important questions is, what is the purpose of a sale? Can you answer
Mm-hmm.
that question?
The purpose of the sale for me is to get revenue, because when you sell, you get money, and to promote your product. Bang. Go
So
ahead.
sales is simple. So what I teach, sales is simple, but it's not easy.
Okay.
So the purpose of a sale is to get somebody to move.
All right. That's good.
So when you're getting sailed every day, right? What does people want you to do on the phone? Click on this, swipe
Yeah.
this way, little baby steps.
Yeah. Follow
Put in your
instruction.
email, call this number, click on this, go to this website, read this. All these little baby steps that people are telling you to do is small little baby steps to move. So the
Yeah.
sale is constantly going. You drive down the road, you see a one of those billboards. Call this
Okay.
number, buy this on sale when you're in the shopping. Get
Yeah.
one, buy one, get one free. All of these things. You go to church. Here comes the offering plate. You
Yeah.
know, it's everywhere.
You're right. Yeah, I agree.
So it has
Thank
nothing to do
you.
with money.
Yes. It's move people. People move by your instruction. I that's a good definition for me.
Yeah,
Never heard
demo
that.
this, try this. When you go down to a convention, put this on.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel? You know, they're not talking about money. It's all the little movement steps.
Movement. That's
So if
great.
I could talk at you all day long, doesn't mean you're going to buy.
Yes, yes,
I have to ask you to do things.
yes. I remember Ben, one of my first experience in a call center, 2009. And then when I dial a number and I pick up a lady, they tell me, young man, don't call there anymore. Young man, don't come here anymore. And it was what? Damn. Young man, get a better job. Get a better job. And I said, "Whoa." And that's like a cold water, pour out on my head. I say, I'm done.
You're not. You're not. Well, that's why I say sales is not for anyone if you don't have the confidence to
Yeah.
move forward and understand the rejection.
Yes.
Same kind of concept. I always
Yes.
do analogies based upon that, whether it be music, something that you're interested in. Most of the time, I go back to where people understand where I'm talking about because they have to understand what I'm telling them.
Yes.
I relate it back to dating for guys, especially. You know
Yes.
that if you want to go out on a date, you have to actually do something. You have to ask the
Yes.
girl, "Can I get your number? Can you call me? Can we
Yes.
go out?" A lot of rejection. Why did I do wrong? Why did I say that? Oh, I
Yes.
messed that up. I shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't have
Yeah.
did that. So it's all of these steps in order for, first of all, to get a person to understand you, maybe like you,
Mm-hmm.
get more involved with you, and then you have to be calm. You can't be jittery. You can't, scare
Yes.
and all this
Yes.
kind of.
Yes.
And so these are the signs of what? Confidence. You know what
Confidence.
I'm talking about? I've done this before. Because a girl will look at you and you start doing all this, like
Yeah.
this guy, you might get the cops calling.
Yes.
So, you messed up that sale, right? You're selling
Correct.
yourself.
Correct. Correct.
So
Correct.
it's the same kind of concept. So once you understand what sales is all about, then I have to change your mindset on what that is. It's not as hard as you think it is,
Mm-hmm.
but then that takes a little while. And then most people, the light comes on, like, now I understand what you're talking about when it means sales. I was like, yes, yes, because nobody has taught you that, right? Nobody has taught you that. And so
That's
once you
great.
understand it, then the real work begins.
That sounds good. That sounds good. Ben, now I get to the point to understand basically definition of sale. Sales involve confidence, and secondly, sales involve to make people
Mhm.
move by your direction, by your instruction. That's
Right.
very good. That's very good. And then, what is the benefit of sales when you make people move in your behalf?
Sales is, listen,
Yes.
sales is a language.
Okay.
So it is a different type of language.
Okay.
So once you understand the language of sales, your whole life becomes easier because you understand how it works.
Okay.
So since it is everywhere,
Right.
you understand everything is a sale, your whole life becomes easier. So you could do it in your professional,
Yeah.
right, life, or you can do it in your personal life. So if you understand sales, then you can understand dating.
Yes. Yes. What you say, for example, as me, I'm a minister. I preach the gospel. I'm a pastor,
Okay,
and even if when you see sales, it make people move.
yeah,
It's the same way when you preach the gospel.
right,
The people come to Jesus. Jesus loves you. What do you expect people to do? To move them to take a decision. To make a decision, say, okay, I make that decision. Okay,
right,
what the decision is to accept the calling, to accept the word that you said, the word is true, to accept Jesus. And if you preach that person, you evangelize that person already get an idea, say, okay, I convince Jesus Christ the Savior. And then the person, I'm gonna move to your word. Okay,
right.
bow your heads and pray together with that prayer. That's great. Every sales is in everywhere. Sales is not only to get money. Sales, as you just said, sales is we said something before. Sales is
What, to get somebody to move?
yes, when to move, and
Mhm.
sales is a language.
It's a language.
Yeah, it's a language. I like that part. Yeah,
So
salesman knows it's a
preachers are the
language.
best
I like
languages
that.
of that.
Yes, yes,
They're selling the religion.
yes,
Why you should commit, why you should be born again,
yes,
why you should be a devout Christian, Catholic, Muslim, all of
yes,
these deals, and you have the
yes,
head, which is the preacher, the priest, what do you call the other ones? The covenant, whatever the
yes,
head of the church
yes. Mhm.
that is selling the Bible, which is like the book,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Let me get it. I don't have with my Bible is my phone. I have Bible in my deck somewhere not close to me now. But anyway, all books, but the best book is the Bible.
Yes.
The best book is the
So I'm
Bible.
telling you,
Oh,
why
choose
you
the
should
sale. Yes, that's great. It's a good one.
you you should follow the book.
Yes, correct.
And if you follow the book, then
Can I get
you get
sales?
So there's four type of people in the best salespeople in the United States. Number one that I say is a child, because if you have children around you, when they ask you to pick them up, pick them up, pick me up, pick me up, pick me up, pick me up, pick
Yeah,
me up,
yeah,
pick me up,
yeah. They
and you
just
go
they
stop,
just
they're closing.
yes,
So you've been born to sell.
of course.
So a child is one of the best salesperson because they don't know when to stop. They just keep asking.
Yeah,
And we tell
correct.
them to
Yeah.
whoa, 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 stop asking. But they're closing.
Yes,
That's a close. So
yes,
they close, close, close. So when you had your sales job, you're on the phone, you couldn't ask, you couldn't close.
yes,
But a child can close better than you.
of course.
So number two is a church because it's traditional. You don't go to church without a wallet.
You have to get something in your pocket anyway.
Number three is QVC, and number four is a homeless person. I'll tell elaborate why they are personalities, the best salespeople that's out there, but it's all the way around you right now,
Yep, yep, yep.
right? And so, yeah, you're basically selling people to come to the church to believe in the word. You're
Yes,
the purveyor of the word and the book, and why
yes,
people should study and why people should be born again and
yes,
the whole deal. You're the voice.
yes, correct.
See, my parents are, I have 73 first cousins, and most are preachers or teachers.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great.
So yeah, I could have been a preacher. I was like, nah.
Well, you put you selling. You put people to selling. You give them direction to do this, to do that.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
move.
it's preaching. Yeah, it's preaching. It's
Yeah,
a still preaching. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, that's great. That's great. And then I believe sales, as mentioned, is everywhere. And then
yeah.
everything you do sells. You sell
Mhm.
yourself, you sell your product, you sell the gospel. If the people move and you have to get confidence. And that's one thing that you should we need to increase, especially those who are listening, increase your confidence. Because
Yeah,
everything, as you said, if you don't trust your product, who's gonna trust it?
right,
You have to trust your product. And then what you say, you have to be confident in what you say. It's okay. It's good. Prove it.
right.
That's good. And what is the other step we can say about selling? Because selling is everywhere. Even if you're Facebook, Instagram, people are selling the products online, you know, m- ad everywhere. What do you think about like what sales is good for?
What is it good for?
Yeah,
So your question is, if I could hear it, what is sales good for?
good for, yes, for people that understand the benefit of selling.
If you don't understand it, you're going to get taken advantage of.
Okay.
It's a language. If you don't know the language, you do you know when you go down to the store, if when they say, where do you live?
Me?
Yes,
Yeah, I live in a Caribbean country, Dominican Republic. That's where I live right now.
Dominican Republic, DR,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
So
DR.
if you go to a conventional store, there's a tag on there that says the price, right?
Yes.
Right? Because you live in the Western civilization. When you go to certain countries, there's no prices on the products.
Yes, some do. Especially when
Right.
you
You
go
go to
to
the market, you go
ordinary
to the market,
marketplace do that. Ordinary marketplace, but the marketplace do it. But an ordinary market on the street don't do that.
you go down to the market down in DR, when you go down there, you see the price, you can negotiate, right?
Y- Not in the market. Yeah, in the streets, yes, but in the market, no.
No,
No.
but you can.
Yes. In the street, in the ordinary
But in the market,
marketplace.
you can too.
No, you can't. Absolutely no. You can't do that.
Well, maybe not in DR, but in the United States. If I go down to J.C. Penney's or go down, the store J.C. Penney's or
Yes.
Sears, and I
Yes.
see a refrigerator and it has that price on it, that's not the real price.
Okay.
You can always negotiate,
That's for sure.
but people don't, because the
Okay.
price tells you not to, but you can.
Okay.
Everything's negotiable.
Okay.
So the
It
only
can,
you've been trained in your mind, the only thing you negotiate is a house and a car.
okay.
But if you go down there and you say, hey, it's $950, I don't know if you can, but
Okay.
950, I have $890 cash. Can you check with the manager and see if he wants to sell it?
Okay.
1 minute, we'll do it. You'd be like,
Okay.
whoa, because most people don't know.
All right. You're right. You're right. That's right. Because you don't know it, you don't use it, and then that's when you never try it.
Absolutely.
You're right. I agree. I
Absolutely.
agree.
Absolutely. So if you go down there and say, "Oh, I'm gonna be I always go back to dating. So you're gonna be the nice guy. You go up, you give the girl flowers, you do all the nice things, this and that, this and that. Meanwhile, on the weekend, there's a guy that got a motorcycle she's hanging out with because he's exciting. He's in sales too, right?
Yeah,
But,
yeah, I
but
agree.
you're going out dating and sending cards, and this guy's not doing any of this because he's selling harder than
Selling.
you, right?
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
So it's the same thing. Everything around is the
He's
same thing.
selling. Selling.
Yeah. So
And
once you understand the concept that I teach, your eyes open up and you're
open
out of the
up.
matrix. You walk out and you like my students be like, man, it's everywhere. And I'm like,
Selling.
yeah, it is.
Yes. You're right because there's a new concept right now that I learned myself.
What?
People want to talk about sales like people talk about money, but by your show tonight, by
Mhm.
having that show with me tonight, I just understand sales not only about money. It's about making people move and have
Money's been
self-confidence.
around. I mean, sales been
And it's a
around
language.
since the beginning of our existence. We just put
Yes.
money towards it. Remember back in the days we used to trade?
Yes. Trade because on the past they have money in some country. If I have like vegetables and then I have milk, we trade vegetables for milk. Yeah, for
Sale.
sure. So that's good.
So
That's
it
good.
doesn't have to do with
With
money. It
money.
doesn't have to do. Yeah.
You're
You
right.
guys, you're moving, right? You ever moved?
Yeah, we move. When you need something,
Okay,
you
and
go
when you
and get
move,
it
you want somebody to come over and what?
and move with me
Yeah. So you have to what?
to do what I need
You
to
have to
do.
you have to sell them on coming
That's
over and helping you.
yes, yes, yes. You're right. That's true. If you Latin as yeah, like, it's so simple selling is. As people is afraid of selling. It's
Yes,
a and then today I can get the right definition that can help me with never be afraid of selling anymore. When it sells, oh, you know,
but they don't know they're getting it all the time. So they
yeah,
have a negative connotation. Those are the people that have been taken advantage of or
yes,
have a negative connotation with it. So when you learn how to do sales and you're really good at it, whether you've been taught or whether people say this is natural, he has a gift of gab, you have the power to use it for good or use it for bad.
correct,
So
correct.
most people know about the bad.
Yes, correct.
They don't know about the good.
They're good about selling. And that very interesting about selling. It's so simple, but when you think about the negative part of selling, you can say is a lot different than what you've been taught in the past. Even
Right.
if the people that call you for a job, right? For a
Yeah.
job, and after the interview, say, okay, you're gonna sell for company. Are you good at sell? And say, yeah, yeah, okay, I'm gonna try. People make you afraid as well, the same way they talk to you. But if you
Yeah.
can get a yeah and a interview, say, okay, selling skill is make people move the simple because the way we take it simple, we're gonna act it simple, but make it
Right.
complication. We're not force people to buy things. We don't to buy it. They're gonna reject you. And they say, no, that leave it like that. And that's why my part after all my rejection in call center selling. They call it outbound call,
Yeah.
outbound call. I
All
prefer
bone
inbound
call.
call. Yeah, outbound call.
Go call.
And I prefer inbound now. I said no. And yeah, I've been working call center like more than 7 years inbound
Yeah.
call. Yeah, but
Right.
outbound, I dropped
Yeah.
that because of the fear, and I have misunderstanding about selling. I say, how can't I do that? But if I have someone that taught me before, selling is to make people move and with your
Yeah.
self-confidence, that can be easier. I can get more
Yes.
money than that because
Yes.
selling is one of the area that allow people to earn more money. It's so
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
It's not so easy as you think it, but as you've been trained to know it
Yeah.
better, say, oh, not easy, let me try it. As you put yourself difficult, and then because you take it difficult, gonna be difficult for you. Because what you take is what you give, is what you receive. Now, if I
Absolutely.
if I thought before it was easy that when people move, I'm a sweet talker. I love to talk with people. I got a gift of talking with people, make them feel good. because I'm a motivational speaker, and I know I enjoy talking to people. But because I know sales is hard, I'm telling people, hello, hello, my name is Daniel. Yeah, I have a product for you. Yeah. And then because I'm stressful, people don't believe me. Okay, sorry, son. Okay, call another day. We're busy right now.
Right,
It's the way you approach them. They make them reject you because you
right,
approach them with lack of confidence.
right,
And that's
right.
very that's very important.
And they can smell it.
Yes, yes, yes.
They smell the fear.
Yeah, exactly. The way you talk of yeah in the phone. And the guy is a fear of talking to us. It's a crazy, great topic today, tonight. By the way, Ben, and then any company that people build, any company, even if give services, because everything that you do, you provide services.
Hmm.
Call center inbound call is a service. You should put sales included in everything we do.
Right.
And then how can we can increase our knowledge in sales? And do you have a specific seminar for that? People can contact you in your website, or where we can find you to increase our knowledge more about selling.
Okay. I tell people it's like taekwondo's. You go down to schoolhouse, you get your butt, you get bullied, you get beat up.
Yes.
Your parents say, we're going to get you self defense.
Yes.
So you go through the yellow pages, you see all of these dojos:
Yes. Yes.
karate, jujitsu, aikido, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, all of these. They work,
Yeah.
but you have to actually learn what they're teaching.
Yes.
All of them work. So whether you use somebody else's course, my course, they all work long as you know how to use them.
Okay.
So that's why I say, are you the best salesperson? Nobody's the best sales teacher. It's just the fact, are you going to use? So most of the people I work with has 5, 6, or 7 sales books in their background. And I go, pitch me, and they can't pitch me. They
Mm-hmm.
read about it
Mm-hmm.
because sales is an action item.
Okay.
If I had to teach you how to weld, bead welding
Yeah,
with the
welding
torch.
the iron stuff.
So you could go to YouTube. You can watch as many videos as you want.
Mm-hmm.
You could read as many books about welding because it's
Mm-hmm.
it's called a skill,
Yes.
right? A skill you could use over and over. Brick mason, carpentry, electric, plumbing.
Mm-hmm.
Sales is a skill. How do you normally learn those? You become what's called an intern.
Yes.
You become you under somebody who is showing you step by step how to do it, and you have
Okay.
to do that for a certain period of time. Sales is quicker, so it's an action item. So people will
Okay.
read books, but they can't do it.
Yes.
So when your sales is working in my course, we do a lot of one-on-one role playing, so you get
Mm-hmm.
your confidence up. Don't practice on the client, you
Mm-hmm.
practice with someone else.
Okay.
That's the only way you can learn it. It gets in your head. When you know sales really good, there's 3 things going on at the same time.
Okay.
Number one is you got to know where you're going, which
Mm-hmm.
means you need to have the steps. There's 10
Okay.
steps in this process. You need to know that back and forth, like
Okay.
like like it's automatic. Number
Okay.
two is that you have to be confident, which means you have to be willing to take the rejection,
Okay.
right? Because that's coming,
Mm-hmm.
right? Sales, part of the game. And
Okay.
number three is that you have to listen.
Okay.
But a good salesperson is doing all 3 at the same time.
Wow.
So the skill is to be doing all 3 of these
Same time.
very calm at the same time. So you're watching the interaction happening between you and the potential client. You're not here. You're like looking down, judging your performance
Okay.
like an actor with them. So you have to know where they're going, what they're going to say, what you're going to say. You have to be non-reactive. You can't get off kilter. You have to know where you're going. You have to be very calm
Okay.
because they feel all of this going on at the same time. And then you have to know the 10 steps back and forth. When I ask you a question, where you're at
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
in the sale, you have to know this in your head. You can't be wandering around doing all of this stuff. I
And
tell people that the analogy this:
mm-hmm.
you go to a museum, expensive museum in Europe, what they call it, the Vogue or whatever in France.
Mm-hmm.
Big
Mm-hmm.
So you pay what, $7,100, right? So you pay at the end, or you could pay at the beginning.
Mhm.
So when you come up there, you get somebody to come up and you say, "Hey, I'm ready to tour this museum," and I'm the tour guide, and I go, "Hi, how you doing, Daniel? How's everything?" And
Yeah.
you go, "Yeah, okay. Um, let's see, where should we start? Um, I think we could go this way.
Okay.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. I think we go this way, and we'll start this way, and then we
Okay.
can we can come back around and come back like that, right?" And they go,
Okay.
"Well, wait a minute. Yeah, yeah, we could do that,
Okay.
right?" That's how I start my conversation with you.
All right. Good.
Number two is you get a person like me, and I say, "Hey, Daniel, welcome. First of all, what we're going to do, we're going to go through here. We're going to start this part. We're going to go through the 1600s. We're going to go through that. Now, let me ask you a question.
Hmm.
What is the reason that you're here? What is the most important thing that you want to see? Right? And you tell me this. Okay, that will be in the part. We're going to go through that next. But the first thing we're going to go is over this part because I think you'll be very interested in that. Right? Do you see the difference?
You're right. You're right. It's good.
That the second one is a salesperson. The other one doesn't know where he's going.
Hmm.
It's frustrating.
Yes.
You
Yes.
don't want to take that ride. You don't want
And
to take that tour.
and that's why, Ben, in any call center, we have sales project. They give you a script, so you can follow the scripts, and that can be wow. This be focused. Don't think your own stuff. And they give
Yeah,
you rebuttal. To rebuttal is to convince the client. You get something. You all have the answers right
yeah,
away.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's a good experience.
yeah. But some people can feel it because when they call me, I go, "What page are you on?"
Because you know the trick, right? You know what they
Yeah.
do.
Flip to the last page. Let's get to it. Come on, tell me what's the cost?
Because you didn't know how they
So
do
anyway, did you like what I have to say there? Uh, Another
that.
thing that we have to do is that want to make sure that you really like the product.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Ben, you did a very good job, and I thank you so much for this knowledge I can learn today. And I'm gonna resume when I learn so that our listeners can resume by themselves. I learned that sales is a language,
Hmm.
and you have to get confidence. You have to get confidence. You have to get confidence. And secondly, sales is a language. And sales allow people to move. It's not about money. It's about make people move to follow instruction.
Right.
And the last thing I need in the past, people used to have trade because it says not about money. It's about people move, move on what you have said and your instruction. That's a very good thing I learned today. I mean, maybe our listeners can learn more than I do, but in myself that I resume. Thank you, Ben. And Ben, where people can find you? Do you have a specific website we can find
Yeah,
you?
they can find me on 360salesconsulting.com, or they
Okay,
can find my book on Amazon,
perfect,
Master the Art of Closing the Sale by Benjamin Brown. And
perfect.
if they need to reach directly out, they can go with meetwithbenjamin.com. It's a link,
Okay,
URL. They can schedule a call and sit down, and I can figure out if I can help them because sales is about helping.
sure, sure.
Mhm.
Definitely, definitely, Ben. I totally agree. Ben, thank you for your time tonight, and then thank you for sharing all this wonderful information to our listeners, especially with me. And I can learn now and never be afraid of selling anymore because I do it every day without knowing it.
Mhm.
Thank you so much, Ben. Ben, have a wonderful night, and I keep in
Mhm.
contact. And then I'd like to post your info in the YouTube channel. Send to me your link of your website. I can get it somewhere in Podmatch, and I can let people know more about you because we need that. We need to be a tough seller because everything about selling in life. Thank you, Ben. Have a wonderful night. Bye bye. God bless. Bye bye.
God bless.
Bye bye.